In your 40s and 50s, don't make this retirement planning mistake. I made it, and I rue the day I did, and I'm here to be the John the Baptist when it comes to financial planning, retirement planning. No, I'm not comparing myself to John the Baptist. Don't be too literal here. But what I'm saying is I'm spreading the word of the impending doom that if you just follow the mainstream media and all these guys are spreadsheeting it, you could be making a critical mistake, as I did. Learn from my mistakes. All right, so what always happens is, so I just converted 50,000 to my Roth yesterday, and a lot of good people who are on my YouTube channel, they have their spreadsheets, and they say, "Oh man, you should have done this or should have done that because blah blah blah." I said, "Look, I don't think you understand. I want to pay the taxes while the cash flow is good. I want to get those behind me because I know what happens when the cash flow is bad." And so let me share my story. I was making $225 at USAA, married, filing jointly, freaking living large, man. But I wasn't happy. It wasn't fulfilled. And then when they moved us down to Buckhead, I had to commute an hour each way, sometimes an hour and a half. I was like, I'm just not doing that anymore. So I quit my crappy old job, and I had no money. I started this business right here. I had no income. I said, okay, well, I'm in a low tax bracket, right? Well, yeah, you're in a low tax bracket because you got no income. Well, I need income. And I needed about $100,000. So I said, I'm going to take $100,000 from my, some people really offended by my drinking, by the way. I don't care. I need $100,000 from my portfolio, which is all in my 401k. So at a sizable 401k, I said, yeah, that should get me through to a couple of years to at least to see if we can make a go at this. And if not, then I'll just go back to some crappy old job. But anyway, so I needed $100,000 from my 401k because we had no other income, none. We have a mortgage. We have a family of 6. We have health insurance we need. We got braces to pay for. Hold on a second. Anyway, so we needed $100,000, what I anticipated. All right, so I had to pull it from my 401k. There's no other money. Kaboom. So let me show you what's going on here. We're going to use a sample case of Becky and John's sample. All right. Now, everyone says, oh, why don't you ever use single people? I use single people all the time. If you're interested in single people, look up Susie Single or Scott or Single Susie and Scott Single. Tons of single people on my channel. So people say, you never do single people. Yes, I do. It's just you haven't taken the time to look. Hold on a second. This will be exactly what I was. There, we got them at 51 years old. Let me show you what we're talking about here. We got Susie or Becky at 51. And John at 47. This is what Charlotte and I are today. So just fast, revert back to 4 years ago. This is exactly where we were. All right, so their net worth consists of $1.253 million in Becky's 401k. Now, that's more than I had, but still, you get the gist. Everything they have is in her 401k. So if you go to tax allocation, and you'll see tax allocation. Right capital, I'm under investments, and then I'm going to go to tax allocation. What you're going to see is that's all the money they got is tax deferred assets, just like what I was. I want to defer the tax. Yeah, check this out though. Hold on a second. Got to get the blog again. So let's go to we're going to go to retirement. All right, we're going to see what we got, and we're going to say they need $100,000. This doesn't matter. Don't get into. We don't care about what the future holds in terms of what this plan is looking at. This is only a short-term plan. I just want to point out to you. Anyway, notice they need $100,000, $8,300 a month. That's $100,000. And they're going to withdraw $131,000 from their portfolio. They're going to draw $30,000 more than is needed. Why? Because they got $31,000 in taxes. But they're in a low tax bracket. Not anymore. They're in a 31% tax bracket. Why? Because check it. You're going to pay $28,000 to the feds. $28,000 to the feds. $15,000 in income taxes. $13,000. Oh, look. This other tax. That's your penalty for being under the age of 59 and a half. And so if we go to tax and we go to details, you're going to see, look at that, $131,000 is your tax. Your total tax is only $15,000, but adjusted because you're under 59 and a half is another $13,000. So again, your total tax in this regard was, what do we say, the retirement. So your $100,000 distribution did not lead to $100,000, led to $130,000, my friends. That's exactly what happened to me. Exactly. And that's where it hit me like a ton of bricks. Said, man, I've been doing this wrong. All right, so let's just go back real quick. We're going to try another thing here real fast. So we're going to go down to here. And we're going to say instead of Becky having 1.253 million in her 401k, we'll make this a taxable account. And we'll say she has taxable account. And we'll say she just has $250,000 less. Why? No, don't do that. Dogs. Let's see what we got there. Yeah, perfect. And we're going to say value, and we're going to put, okay, I got to change this. And the reason is because we're going to say because she didn't do her 401k, she just did a taxable account. She didn't get a deduction, and because she didn't get a deduction, that means she has less available to work with. So we're going to say her cost basis, we'll just say $750,000 for simplicity. All right. And we still have Wellington Fund. Now, what's going to happen here? Anyone want to take a guess? Let's take a gander, shall we? Let's go to tax allocation first. Investment, tax allocation. All her money is in a taxable asset. Perfect. We're going to go to retirement. And we're going to go to cash flows. Always got to go to cash flows, my friends. And we're going to go to cash flows. But what about health insurance? It's part of the $100,000 she needs. Oh, my lands. Look at that. Look at that. Her total outflows are $102,000. She only has $22,000, just $2,000 of taxes. And that's just for the state of Georgia. So if you go to her 1040, we're going to go to details. There is no taxes. She has qualified dividends because she's still in the 12% tax bracket. She has some taxable interest from Wellington. That's fine. She's got total income is $49,000. She has a tax, her standard deduction is $25,000, but her total income is $49,000. So it means her taxable income is $24,000, but she still pays nothing to the feds. Why? Because we're going to go to Schedule D. And she has long-term capital gains right there. Long-term capital gains of $27,000, which is taxed at zero because she's in the 12% tax bracket. She's still in the low tax bracket. So what's better? Well, you tell me what's better. I know what's better. I got to deal with the situation as it is, not the situation the spreadsheet shows me. I got to deal with the situation as it is. We go to this guy right here. You can see her effective tax rate is 4.6 to the state of Georgia. And I don't know if that would be true, frankly, but still 4.6. I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, neither of them are going to live in this. I mean, they're all going to run out of money because they're going to run out of money because it assumes they have no other income coming in. So, I mean, you obviously, you're not going to do this for the rest of your life. You're going to have Social Security at some point. You'll have some business income, whatever. But for the time being, you gotta survive today. So all these spreadsheets in the world, they assume that you're gonna just go along merrily in your way until you're 59 and a half at your crappy old job. But what if you say, no, I'm not gonna get forced to take the prick. I'm not gonna listen to CRT. I got $1 million in my portfolio. I'm gonna live off that until I find another job that doesn't do that. Well, good luck with that. That's what I thought too. And I was able to make it by because this business is taking off quicker than I thought. I'm blessed for that. And you're blessed too, by the way. But at the end of the day, it's like, man, you need to have you need to have post-tax money to live on. Now, once you're 59 and a half, all bets are off, I grant you. But I'm 51. I'm 51. I'm telling you, man, not having post-tax money it's debilitating because you're like, oh man, I tell you. You're like, I could do that. I pay down debt. I could do that. Having post-tax money makes all the difference. Love to hear your thoughts. We'll see you.